Good evening and welcome to Prep Basketball here on Tubetown. Andy Maness and West Cisco coming to you from Blytheville tonight from Chickasaw Gym, where the Chickasaws are going to be hosting the West Memphis Blue Devils in a non-conference matchup. Should be a great game. We hope you stick with us tonight. Right now, just enjoy some of this bonus coverage provided to you by First Delta Bank. We are in the middle of the girls' game. It's the third quarter with 2:23 left to play. The visiting West Memphis Lady Blue Devils are winning this one 47-23, again with 2:23 left to play in the third. We're going to let you enjoy that bonus coverage. Stick around. Make sure you stay tuned for the main event coming up right after the girls' game.
Charge to Larissa Campbell, her second personal, 14th foul. Now charge to Ty Bowles, her third personal, team foul number 3.
Welcome back to Tubetown. This bonus cover is being brought to you by First Delta Bank. Right now we're in the fourth quarter of the girls' game between the Lady Blue Devils of West Memphis and the Blytheville Lady Chickasaws. 53-26 is the score. West Memphis leading this one. Again, the beginning of the fourth quarter, about 7:33 left to play. Again, stay right here on Tubetown. Stick with us. Right after this game, we're going to have the showdown between West Memphis Blue Devils and the Blytheville Chickasaws, a non-conference matchup. There's going to be plenty of action going on right here at Chickasaw Gym.
Alicia Hughes elevated a rocket back in the game for Chickasaw. Foul charge to Kenya Freeman, her third personal, 15th foul.
shots.
Foul was charged to Nathaniel Wesley for her second personal. 9th team foul. Alexander Lockett at the line for Lady Chickasaw. Shooting 1-1. Paris Perkins back in the game for West Memphis. Alexander Lockett 2 for 2. Now charged to Allen Navy Lockett for her 4th personal. 10th team foul. Paris Perkins at the line for West Memphis. Shooting 2. Foul charge, Brown Anderson, her 2nd. Kira Williams at the line for West Memphis, shooting 2.
going to wrap up your First Delta Bank bonus coverage here on Tubetown. 63-47 is the final score between the Lady Blue Devils and the Lady Chickasaws. Make sure you keep it tuned in right here, because coming up next here on Tubetown, the West Memphis Blue Devils and the Blytheville Chickasaws are going to be showing off their skills here in Chickasaw Gym. That's all coming up next. Well, as your pregame show right here on Tubetown.
We are more than daily transactions. We are more than checks and debit cards. We are more than farmland. For the people of Poinsett County, we are more than just a bank. At First Delta Bank, we see the world through the eyes of our customers, because we know that our customers are our most valuable investment. We are proud of who we are and want to earn your banking business. We are First Delta Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers, wowzers. For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
What's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 50 megabit internet might be like 50 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Technology was supposed to make our lives easier. No one told us about the plethora of glitches, viruses, hackers, hundreds of passwords to remember, and getting all our tech to sync up. Introducing Tech Home. Technology made easy for you and your devices. Tech Home makes it easy to set up, protect, and enjoy your internet-connected devices anytime, anywhere. Security, password management, backup, and premium tech support. Get back in charge of your digital life now with Tech Home.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
The Arkansas high school basketball regular season is winding down, and down the stretch, every game counts. And tonight you're in for a treat because these two conference opponents are sure to put on the show. It's the Blytheville Chickasaws and the West Memphis Blue Devils. Hello, everyone. I'm Andy Maness alongside Wes Cisco for this Friday night edition of Arkansas Prep Basketball on Tubetown, brought to you by Ritter Communications and our great sponsor, First Delta Bank. Wes, this ought to be one of the more fun games that we get to cover here on Tubetown. Two very athletic teams that can move up and down the floor between West Memphis and Blytheville.
Exactly, Andy. Two very athletic teams, with the West Memphis Blue Devils are led by a freshman, 6'5", freshman, number 2, Chris Moore. He's already getting recruited by Mike Anderson's Razorbacks as only a freshman. And over at Blytheville, they're led by a 6'4" senior in Josh Richardson.
Yeah, a lot of height is going to be out on the court tonight for both squads. I mean, you and I were looking over the rosters here, and we look at West Memphis, and I mean, they've got a handful of guys that I know not only go over the 6-foot mark, but they're over 6'3", where we were talking about guys that are 6'4", 6'5", and it's a big part of the reason why they are 16-3 overall on the year with a 10-1 record in this 5A, 6A conference that's newly formed this year. Their only loss in conference play so far to the Jonesboro Hurricane, who of course we know is nationally ranked.
Yeah, who isn't losing to Jonesboro around these parts? I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to this game, and also I've been told that 6'3" guard move in from Cross County, Austin Phelan. He was injured the last time we had Blytheville. He is back. Coach said he may not be 100%, but he is going to give it everything he has, and he will play tonight.
So certainly a player to keep an eye on. West Memphis coming into tonight's game again, 16-3, 10-1 on the year. They're scoring about 59.9 points per game, so just a shade under 60, and they're allowing 53.1. You look at Blytheville, they're allowing 51.9, so very similar there. But Blytheville only scoring 54.8 points per game, so we'll see if the Chickasaws can keep up with the level of pace the Blue Devils expect to set here tonight. About 1:34 remaining before we get to our starting lineups and tip-off. We're going to take a quick break and catch a breather. When we come back, we'll deliver those starting lineups to you, and sure we'll go through our national anthem as well as the other pre-game ceremonies. Keep it tuned in right here. Again, the West Memphis Blue Devils and the Chickasaws coming up next here on Tubetown.
We are more than daily transactions. We are more than checks and debit cards. We are more than farmland. For the people of Poinsett County, we are more than just a bank. At First Delta Bank, we see the world through the eyes of our customers because we know that our customers are our most valuable investment. We are proud of who we are and want to earn your banking business. We are First Delta Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Chickasaw Gym here on Tubetown. Andy Maness and Wes Cisco here with you, and we're just about set for tip-off here between the Chickasaws and the Blue Devils. Of course, we've got our starting lineups to get to, and we're actually going to be learning the starting lineups with you guys at home tonight, because I think the coaches, Coach Mackenzie Pierce over here for the Chickasaws and Coach Larry Bray for the Blue Devils, I think they wanted to keep it under their hats, maybe play it pretty close to the vest here, because both of these teams, the last time that these two teams met, it was a West Memphis victory by 10 points over on West Memphis's home turf. But obviously, this is expected to be a pretty close basketball game. They didn't even want to divulge their starting lineups for tonight. So looking at them as they come out on the floor, of course, we told you about freshman Chris Moore, number 2. Standing in at 6'5". Also for the West Memphis Blue Devils tonight, wearing number 00, Tevin Mosley, who is 6'5". And then we've got number 20, Kelsey Hubbard. And he is one of the few West Memphis Blue Devils who stands under the 6-foot mark. And then I think we got number 10, Chauncey Bedford, and number 12, Zachary Bird out there for the West Memphis Blue Devils. So again, that's Bedford, Bird, Hubbard, Mosley, and Moore for the Blue Devils. And we'll get the starting lineup coming up here for the Chickasaws, starting off with Bobby Cook, who is one of the handful of seniors, actually quite a few seniors, here on this Chickasaw squad. So Bobby Cook, Austin Phelan, who we mentioned suffered an injury a while back. He may not be 100% tonight. Winston Peace, also out there tonight for the Chicks, as well as A.J. Love, who we got to see the last few years here at Blytheville. And Josh Richardson, who's wearing number 0 tonight for the Chicks, will be the 5th starter for Coach Mackenzie Pierce. Blytheville coming into tonight's game with a record of 11-8. They stand at the 500 mark in the conference. They're 6-6 on the year, so a chance to go above 500 tonight. You think the Chicks might be playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, not to mention they're in a 3-game losing streak right now, which includes those Jonesboro Hurricanes.
Yes, exactly. Tonight's officials, Mr. Matt Fisher, Mr. Rodney Maddox, Mr. James Bickham.
Standing out at center quarters, Winston Peace and freshman Chris Moore. And Moore's going to win the tip for the Blue Devils. And here we go, folks.
And Moore starting out on a wing there, Randy. Blytheville looks like they're going to go man-to-man here.
So opening up, trying to force a little bit of pressure here on the first possession for the Blue Devils. Trying to get a little play set up here are the Blue Devils, and a little bit of miscommunication here between two of the members of the front court, it looked like. Tried to feed that one down low, and it's off the fingertips of Moore, and going the other way now with the Chicks.
Not a very good entrance pass there off the wing for the Blue Devils.
Cook directing traffic with his right hand. Chicks coming out tonight in their white home jerseys with maroon trim and letters. Almost a minute gone by here in the opening quarter. A.J. Love with it from the right elbow, works it back up top for Cook. 2-3 zone being shown here by the Blue Devils. So they're going to try to force them to shoot some three-pointers. We know got some range here on this team. Love can knock it down from beyond the three-point line. This is usually where he likes to get it. They tried to feed it to him on the baseline, and it's stolen away. Now a steal going back the other way as Bobby Cook comes up with it. Feeds it ahead to Love, and Love kisses it off the glass for our first 2 points of the game. And he knew that the defender was trailing and wisely put it up low off the glass.
Yeah, exactly. Good job by Love. There's also a great pass by Cook to get it into him. And we got an offensive foul.
So one of the Blue Devils being a little bit too aggressive, and that happened away from the ball, Wes.
It's an illegal screen, and that's going to be on Zachary Bird, and that'll be his first personal foul.
So Bird with his first team foul. Cook's going to get it to Love at the top of the key, and here's that 2-3 zone from the Blue Devils. Phelan going to pick up his dribble on the far side of the court. Skip pass in the corner. Now they feed it down low, and we've got a push that's going to go against Blytheville. And that's going to go against Josh Richardson. So Richardson's first personal, and that'll be the first team foul for the Blue Devils, the Chickasaws rather as well. Both teams now with one team foul here in the opening 2 minutes. Still 2-0. Moore trying to get a feed. Ran right into a defender. It was like a brick wall down there. Great defense from the Chicks. Offensive rebound, put back no good. And fighting for the ball right now, Winston Peace. And I think that was Tevin Mosley who got in there and tied that up. Possession arrow gives it to the Chicks. Scrappy defense that time for Blytheville.
Scrappy defense from Blytheville, and you can see the freshman Moore there. He's used to not being able to be being contended on those shots, and he had the same size on him with Josh Richardson, and he missed 2 chip shots.
That's right. Not only size, but experience as well, as Richard is a senior for the Chickasaws. Richardson with it on the baseline, little fake pass, dishes it out high to Cook. Cook with a little Euro step, gets the friendly roll.
Really wasn't a good look by Cook, but he got the shooter's bounce.
Puts the lead up to 4 now for the Chickasaws. West Memphis still trying to find the scoreboard here with 5:30 left to play in the opening quarter. And missed shot by Mosley. Second shot no good. Third shot no good. Got a fourth look. That one's not good either. Finally, the Chickasaws come down with that rebound, and they're going to get a foul on the Blue Devils. How about Josh Richardson? He finally got in there and said, "Give me this basketball." Look at all the misses and all the offensive boards there, and finally Richardson just goes up and battles for it.
Yeah, and also the big Zachary Bird there, number 12, already picked up his second foul when he played 3 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting ready to check out. It looks like we may have Sidney Stinson checking in for the Blue Devils whenever we get a dead ball. How about that shot from Austin Phelan?
That's what the Chickasaws missed against the Hurricane, was Phelan's three-point shot. We've seen him last year with Cross County being able to do that.
And there's Moore finding the scoreboard for the first time tonight for the Blue Devils. A trail here 7-2, 4:38 left to play here in the first quarter. Love, double teams, gonna skip pass to Phelan over here on the far side of the court. Cook wants to drive now, but he'll back out, give it to Love.
Nice patient offense here so far in the first quarter by the Chickasaws, as they're looking for an open shot off of this 2-3 zone.
And Wes, this is a bit of a different look for the Chickasaws that we're used to, as Cook that time hopped in the paint, and he did. He put his feet on the floor 3 times. But again, the Chickasaw team that we've seen the last couple of years is a team that does like to get up and down the court a little bit, sometimes at a little bit too much of a fast pace, I think is what I'm trying to say. They move a little bit faster than they're capable of, which results in a lot of turnovers. We have not seen that at all here in the opening 4 minutes.
No, none whatsoever. Nice. You know, they've taken what Coach Pierce is teaching them in his first year.
Good defense that time on Chris Moore as Moore misses the turnaround layup. And
that was a good step by Moore. He's just 1 for 4 so far on the night. Phelan for 3, got it again. Back to back for Phelan.
Phelan now with 6 points here in the ball game. Credit Tony Newmy with the assist there, as Newmy found the open Phelan standing on the right elbow. Now 10-2, 3:26 left to play here in the first quarter. Chauncey Bedford now on the far side for Stinson. We'll get it up to Moore, and we'll see what Moore wants to do with it. So far, we've only seen Moore work down on the blocks tonight, try to work down on the blocks, as Blytheville shut him down to only 2 points here in the opening quarter. Loose ball, last touch by the Blue Devils going the Chicks' way.
That was a pass there by Hubbard, who just checked in, trying to get it into Moore, and just went right, a bad pass and went right in between Moore's legs out of bounds.
So Newmy will cross half court, leave it with Phelan. Now he'll get it back. West Memphis sticking to that 2-3 zone right now. Trying to make them shoot threes, and right now Austin Phelan is making them feel it a little bit. In the corner, trap now out for Newmy. Newmy beyond the 3-point line will hit that one, nothing but net. Tony Newmy.
I'm thinking if I'm West Memphis, I'm thinking of 30 to calm my boys down. They're down 11 early.
They might see them switch to a man defense here pretty soon. because that's 3 consecutive three-pointers for the Chickasaws. 13-2 now the score, under 2:30 to play here in the first quarter. Chickasaw still playing man up. 3-point shot on the way from Stinson. Bit too strong. Offensive rebound from A.J. Love. Love finds Phelan in the corner. Phelan up top. Now they work it around for Numi. And again, patient offense here from the Chickasaws. Jab step from Phelan. He lost it a little bit behind his back, but he'll recover that one. Numi now with it with 1:50 to go.
Looks like the Blue Devils are trying to make a little bit more pressure off of this zone here, extending it a little bit.
They are. They have extended it and trying to close out a little bit more quickly than they have in previous possessions. How about that patience, though, from the Chickasaws? Open look at the free throw line. Nice feed off down low to Love, and Love will be going to the free throw line. How about that pass inside there? Good look that time from Tydarius Pope. See this three-pointer moments ago from Phelan.
That foul was on Smith, his first foul.
And Winston Peace will actually go to the free throw line to shoot free throws tonight. There's, now you're, I was going to say, taking a look at that replay there. That was that foul on the inside. Second free throw will fall for Winston Peace, and now it's a 14-2 lead. I do not think the West Memphis crowd expected to come here to Chickasaw Gymnasium tonight and be down 14-2 with 1:20 left to play in the first.
I agree with you, Andy.
Trying to feed it down low to Moore. Defense swarms on him, and he can't hit the turnaround hook. But a foul called.
Tydarius Pope.
Second team foul. Chris Moore at the line for West Memphis, shooting two.
That's Pope's first foul. That's the second team foul, as Moore will miss his first free throw. Right now, Moore's got the only 2 points for West Memphis here with $1:12 left to go in the first quarter. Missed his first free throw, has the 6'5" freshman. That second one will fall. So far, they've tried to get some looks down low for Chris Moore, and he's made a pretty good go of it, but has only gotten one to fall so far.
Yeah, so far, he's only got 3 points. That's a nice defensive effort there. Over on the Chickasaws.
Comes up with the ball. A 3-point look for the Blue Devils. Too strong. Moore right there for the offensive board. Bounce pass on the baseline. Now they're trying to back it out. Loose ball. Chickasaws one-on-one. Got the contact, and they'll go to the free throw line with 39.9. Great job that time by Trey Jamison. Coming up with the loose ball on the hustle, and he's able to take it all the way to the rim, draw the contact. There you see him come up with a loose ball. And how about this? He leans just enough to get the contact. Could not get the and one, but he'll get a free look at 2 of them here.
Yeah, that bad entrance pass caused all that too, Andy.
Free throw will not fall. Malik Smith checking into the game. Second one up for Jamison, and that'll fall. 2 for 4 are the Chicks from the free throw line here in the first quarter. 39.9 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 15-3 is your score. West Memphis trailing by 12. They might be content to hold on for the last shot here, Wes.
You were reading my mind. That's just what I was about to say.
Stinson works it around to Hudson. Hudson now back on the other side for Stinson. 15 seconds left. Should see an offensive play here go in motion. Hudson with it. Now back up top for Stinson. Trying to work it inside for Moore. Great defense, though. Moore gets it, goes up, and he'll go to the free throw line as well. Got it over the head of Winston Peace, who did a pretty good job playing defense, but he let Moore get between himself and the basket. And as a defender on the inside, that's the cardinal rule you don't break.
Two things, you did that, and number two, there's 2 inches difference there, and that's what all it took right there.
Yeah, Moore definitely taking advantage of the smaller defender. He hits both of his free throws. Excuse me, he hit the and one, I beg your pardon, as the first quarter will come to an end. 15-6 as we take a look at that last bucket being scored from Chris Moore. We'll head to the second quarter with Blytheville on top by 9.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
Andy Manis and West Cisco welcome you back here to Chickasaw Gym, where that man, Mackenzie Pierce, got his Chickasaws on top of the number 7 ranked team in 6A in Arkansas, the West Memphis Blue Devils. 15-6 right now your score after the first quarter. Your thoughts on the first, Wes?
Thoughts on number one, the Blue Devils, we got to get out on Phelan. He hit back-to-back threes, and then we had another one by Tony Nooney, and Chris Moore's going to get some of those shots going in. And that's right now, he is only 2 for 5 from the field.
Out on the floor right now for the Blue Devils, Moore, Mosley. We've got Hubbard out there alongside Stinson. And I believe Bird is out there as well. Excuse me, Hudson, not Bird. Stinson looking for a 3 at the top of the key. Nothing but net for Kelsey Hubbard. And Hubbard might give this Blue Devil team a little bit of life with that 3-pointer here to start the second. 15-9 is now your score. For the Chickasaws, it'll be Richardson, Love, Cook, Peace, and Phelan. Trying to set up an offense. Blue Devils have gone back to that 2-3 zone. And Chickasaws look content to try to find that open 3-point shot. Had 3 of them fall there in the first quarter, as Wes mentioned. Cook will drive. Shot with the right hand, good. Cook made that look easy, but what a great take that time.
Yeah, just a great job of dribbling with his left hand, too. Oh, I think Phelan just got away with the foul.
Moore's first shot no good. They call a foul that time as Moore banks that one in off the glass. He'll go to the free throw line as well. And I think the foul is going to be charged on Bobby Cook. First one for Cook, and there you see that putback for Moore. Gets his own miss. So far from what we've seen out of Moore tonight, aside from the fact he's got 8 of the 11 points for the Blue Devils, is I'm really liking what I'm seeing down on the blocks from him. His technique as a freshman is already pretty fantastic.
Yeah, like I said, he's missed some shots down there, but I think he normally will fall, and as soon as he gets warmed up in this ball game, I think you'll start seeing some of them fall.
I think you're right. Those are ones that a coach will tell you to just keep shooting, as Winston Peace hits one just inside the free throw line to extend the lead back out to 8 for the Chicks. They led by as many as 12 in this one. About 6:30 left to play here in the first half. Again, 19-11 your score. Mosley's working it around in the corner. Now they'll back it out near the timeline, and they're going to run a play here as Mosley's coming to set a pick on Love. Stinson just inside the 3-point line with a sweet touch. Sidney Stinson with his first points of the ball game.
You can't fault Josh Richardson on that. He came out and he had a hand in the defender's face. That was just a great shot.
Great pull-up jumper again, just inside the 3-point line. Now a 6-point lead for the Chickasaws, and I believe a foul is going to go on Chris Moore. That's going to be his first one of the night. And that's going to be the 15th foul on West Memphis here in the first half. So a couple of more, and the Chicks will be at the free throw line. Just 14 fouls on Blytheville here with 5:53 to go. Lob pass into Richardson. Richardson leaning against the defender who honestly didn't leave the ground, but he leaned over the top of him, Wes.
Well, that's going to be on Hudson. Watch the replay right here. Hudson from behind comes and slaps. He got him from behind.
And we weren't looking at number 2 there on your screen. We're looking at 00 there I believe they called that. Did they call that on Hudson or Mosley?
They called it on number 4.
That is Demarius Hudson. So Hudson does pick up his first foul of the night. And he's going to check out. Checking back into the game, Curtis Washington. And Richardson at the free throw line hit his first free throw. Second one a bit too strong, and the rebound will go to the Blue Devils. Chicks sticking to their man defense here.
And I'm still looking at the difference that Moore has on Peace.
A sizable difference on the man guarding the 6'5" Chris Moore. Winston Peace clocked in at just 6'2", but I think the size of Moore just makes him look just that much shorter. Because I mean, again, he's 6'5" as a freshman. He's going to do nothing but grow. As Coach Bray wants a timeout here for the Blue Devils. 5:28 left to play here in the first half. 20-13 your score. This has been a good game so far, Wes, especially for Coach Pierce and the Chickasaws. They've taken excellent care of the basketball. Not the up and down kind of helter-skelter game that we sometimes expect and sometimes get when we're here in Chickasaw Gym.
Exactly. Like I said, they're starting to buy into Coach Pierce's strategy here. And right now, you know, sometimes they can run up and down with them. Sometimes they know that, hey, we got to slow it down and beat them at a slowdown game. And that's what they're doing to West Memphis right now. And that's why they had the early 7-point lead.
Stinson, Hubbard, Moore, Washington, and trying to see who that is out there playing in the post right now. I believe that's Tevin Mosley for the Blue Devils. Love, Phelan, Cook, Richardson, and Peace out on the floor for the Chicks after that timeout. 5:05 left to play here in the second quarter. Stinson works it around to Washington, trying to feed it inside there to Mosley, and they'll back it back out. Little running shot there, that time from Mosley.
I had that on Stinson.
Wow, you are correct. Stinson with the little one-handed floater. He's now got 4 points in the ball game. A wild shot from Winston Peace, and the Blue Devils come up with a rebound. They trail now by just 5. They trail by as many as 12 here in the first half, but starting to make this a ball game, starting to find some rhythm on offense. As I say that, they nearly lose it out of bounds. Washington tried to lob it into Moore, and that goes off the fingers of I believe, Richardson.
That went off the fingers of Richardson. And now we got a timeout called by Coach Mackenzie Pierce.
Take another look at the replay. Washington tries to feed that in, and it went right off of Richardson's hands as he tried to swat that out of the bat. Who do you score those points for?
I was watching the official here, and he said to score it to number 32.
So that's Curtis Washington, his first points of the night. It makes it a 3-point ball game. Things are getting tight here in the second quarter, Wes. 4:20 left to play, and so far we've seen the Chickasaws offense slow down just a little bit. I don't want to say that they've slowed down just a little bit. I think they've slowed down a lot. They've only scored 3 points so far here, and we're halfway through the second quarter.
Well, number one, they haven't even looked at a three-point shot yet because West Memphis has come out and extended that zone defense to where they're not getting the open look now from the three-point land.
I think you're absolutely right about that. And meanwhile, West Memphis has found a little bit more scoring help from personnel other than Chris Moore. Moore with 2 points in the quarter. He's got 8 points here in this first half. 3 points from Hubbard, 2 from Washington, and 4 from Stinson here in the second quarter. Chickasaws come out of the timeout with the basketball. Phelan with Cook on the far side of the court. We'll leave it with Peace. Richardson and Love out there on the floor as well. So the starting 5 for the Chicks and Coach Mackenzie Pierce. 3:57 left to play here in the first half. They're all over Phelan. They're not even letting him think about that 3-point shot right here in the second quarter, as Wes just mentioned. Extending that zone a little bit. A.J. Love at the free throw line. West Memphis defense is swarming right now. They're closing out quickly. Chicks can't find an open look.
And the big guys inside finally got a little movement there. They were just standing around.
3-point shot from Cook, too strong. Long rebound will go to the Chicks. Phelan with an open look. And yes, sir, he had just enough space to feel that one.
Phelan is 3 for 3 from behind the three-point arc tonight.
9 points for Austin Phelan, the senior 6'4" guard for the Chicks. Puts it back up to a 6-point lead for Blytheville. 23 to 17 with 3:05 left to play. Shot from just inside the free throw line will fall. That one was pretty from Tevin Mosley.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Mosley there to cut the Chickasaw lead down to 4.
Phelan with the head fake made everybody kind of take a step back, expecting that three-pointer. He's got a little bit of space that time too. Was thinking about it again. Now he's going to run a little motion here.
Now that West Memphis is extending that zone, they need to cut. Oh, we got a big foul right there. We got 2.
Richardson and it looked like Washington down there tied up. No, excuse me, Stinson down there tied up underneath the basketball goal, and take another look at that three-pointer from Phelan. That stroke of his is so pretty. So the foul is going to go against.
It's going to against
Stinson. His second.
Richardson on the foul line for a 1-and-1.
Again, the foul was away from the ball. Richardson was fighting for position underneath the basket, and he just got wrapped up, and Richardson will miss the front end of that 1-and-1. He's now 1 for 3 from the free throw line here in the game. 2:27 left to play in the half.
Now that this is only a 4-point ball game, that's going to hurt you not shooting your free throws.
Got to knock them down to stay in it. Got to knock them down to stay ahead. Mosley works it around. 3-point shot from the right elbow. Too strong. High rebound. Battled for. Stinson came down with it. Had his shot blocked. But it's going to be Felton who comes up with it for, Hubbard rather, that comes up with it for the Blue Devils. Bounce pass down low for Moore, and Moore's able to find the glass. 10 points in the ball game for him.
And that's why in the first quarter, Moore was missing that shot right there. Nice job to get it inside to the big man.
Absolutely great feed to feed it in low like that, keep it away from the defender. Now a 2-point ball game, 23-21, Phelan for 3. Couldn't get that one to fall. Richardson with the offensive board. And Richardson kissing that one off the glass. He's got 3 points here in the quarter, puts the lead back up to 4. Great offensive rebound from the senior Josh Richardson.
He's their leading scorer, and he's only got 3 points tonight.
It's unbelievable. Nice shot on the baseline from Tevin Mosley. Not a 2 or a 3, that was
only a 2-pointer, but that was a pretty stroke.
Mosley's second shot like that from inside the 3-point line. He's got 4 points here in the quarter. Now under a minute left to play. 1-point ball game, 25-24.
If the 3-point shot is not open right now, they need to penetrate.
Having a hard time doing that with Chris Moore guarding the paint. Trying to get it into Peace. Peace now with a Wolf behind him, pokes it out. Chickasaws maintain possession. 35 seconds left to play. And this West Memphis defense is coming alive here in the second quarter. They are into it. Austin Phelan's into it. And now the gym is coming alive. Both sides realizing what a tight ball game this is here in the second quarter. 25-24, 15 seconds left. Chickasaws put their offense in motion. Screen set by Peace. Numi trying to shake the defender, Hubbard. Numi leans into the defender, and he will go to the free throw line. Numi with some shifty handles. Nice ball fake, spins on the pivot, leans right into the defender. That was a great move that time from Numi.
And got Hubbard into the air so he could get 2 shots with 6.6 left to go.
You don't often see someone as small as Tony Numi fake that ball out there with one hand like he did. Numi with 4 points here in the ball game. I don't know if we could cue up that replay again, but that was a nice move by Tony Numi. Comes with 6.6 seconds left, 26-24. He hits his first free throw, puts the lead back up to 2 for the Chickasaws. Second shot on the way, and then West Memphis will book it down the floor to try to get one last look. Won't fall, rims in and out. Here comes Hubbard. Hubbard through traffic, 4 seconds left, just threw up a prayer. And how about that? He got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Wow.
Hubbard, watch our first Delta Bank replay, goes right by Peace, was grabbed, And I'll be honest with you, it looked like he was grabbed before he got that shot off. And our referees agree they'll take it out with 2 seconds left. 1 second left, and that time he was fouled. Newmy all over the three-point shooter, Caven Page. And Caven Page will get to shoot free throws here as time has expired. Wes, he's got a chance to put the Blue Devils up by 1 as they head into the locker room for halftime.
Yeah, that was just not a good foul at all by Newmy.
I think just trying to play aggressively here and keep any shot from falling in here. And they'll just have to settle for a tie ball game perhaps as Caven Page will miss his first free throw. We have not seen very good free throw shooting here in the first half from either team. Second one will fall from Caven Page, a 1-point ball game. This one will tie it up for the first time since 0-0 at the beginning of the game, and they'll have to settle for a 1-point deficit will the Blue Devils. They'll head to the locker room trailing 25-26 to the Blytheville Chickasaws on the Chicks home court. And Coach Mackenzie Pierce has his team in a pretty good position after the first 2 quarters. We're going to take a quick break, tally up some stats for you. When we come back, we'll give them to you right here in our halftime show presented by First Delta Bank. All coming up next here on Tubetown.
We are more than daily transactions. We are more than checks and debit cards. We are more than farmland. For the people of Poinsett County, we are more than just a bank. At First Delta Bank, we see the world through the eyes of our customers because we know that our customers are our most valuable investment. We are proud of who we are and want to earn your banking business. We are First Delta Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
What's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 50 megabit internet might be like 50 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Technology was supposed to make our lives easier. No one told us about the plethora of glitches, viruses, hackers, hundreds of passwords to remember, and getting all our tech to sync up. Introducing Tech Home. Technology made easy for you and your devices. Tech Home makes it easy to set up, protect, and enjoy your internet-connected devices anytime, anywhere. Security, password management, backup, and premium tech support. Get back in charge of your digital life now with Tech Home.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Welcome back to Chickasaw Gym. Andy Maness and Wes Cisco here with you, and it's halftime. The Blytheville Chickasaws on their home court tonight, leading by 1 after the first 2 quarters. 26-25 is your score over the West Memphis Blue Devils. Wes, this has been a really fun first half of basketball. It started off completely lopsided. The Chickasaws leading 15-6 after the first quarter, but a 19-11 scoring difference for the Blue Devils and the Chickasaws there in the second quarter. And now the Blue Devils find themselves again only trailing by 1. Great first half.
Great first half. Like I said, only trailing by 1. But let's look at some stats over here for Blytheville. They were 5 for 6 on 2-point line, 4 for 6 behind the 3-point arc. But the free throws, we talked about that a while ago, only 4 for 9, 6 turnovers, 6 fouls. For the Blue Devils, they were 8 for 18, and a lot of those misses came chip shots in the first quarter. 2 for 4 behind the 3-point arc, only 3 for 7 at the free throw line. They only had 5 turnovers and 18 fouls. So right now, if Blytheville can start hitting those free throws, they should be up by about 6 or 7 points right now.
Yeah, when you look at the field goals attempted for West Memphis versus the one for Blytheville, you clearly see that West Memphis getting hands down so many more second chance looks. They're getting a lot of those offensive rebounds right underneath the basket, and simply that's because they've got taller personnel out on the floor. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what transpires in the second half. Are the Chickasaws going to be able to keep Chris Moore from scoring in the paint, because that seems to be their number one method of it so far tonight. He's got 10 points in the first half. And the Chickasaws, you know, they did a pretty good job there in the first quarter shooting threes. They didn't get to shoot very many of them. They didn't get very many looks in that second quarter. But I think they're going to keep trying to work that three-point line.
They're going to try to work it. If West Memphis comes out and keeps extending that, what they're going to have to do to open that three-point back up is penetrate, dribble penetrate, and maybe kick it back out. So they're going to have to do that in order to get the three-pointers open.
Yeah, and maybe even set some screens for Austin Phelan, because we've already seen tonight, again, 3 for 4 from Austin Phelan from beyond the three-point line. And just give him a little bit of space and he can knock it down. 26-25 is your score. Just about to start our third quarter of action here in Chickasaw Gym. We're going to take another quick break. We'll come back with that third quarter of action for you right here on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Chickasaw Gym. Andy Maness and Wes Cisco here with you. About to start our third quarter between Blytheville and West Memphis. The Chicks on top by 1. They led by as many as 12 in this one. That was way back in the first quarter. Since then, the West Memphis Blue Devils have come out firing, especially there in the second quarter. Scored 19 points compared to the 6 they scored in the first. And they're certainly look to carry that over here into the third quarter. And I know Coach Bray certainly has the same sentiment, the same feeling here. Out on the floor here to start the third quarter for the Chickasaws. It's going to be A.J. Love, Austin Phelan, Bobby Cook, Winston Peace, and Josh Richardson.
Have you noticed they started on a little trap there on the wing?
Yeah, they're still playing that 2-3 zone defense here, but since that first quarter, as Wes mentioned, they have certainly extended that zone and closing out a lot more quickly. Cook driving into the lane, got knocked off balance and tried to throw one up as he was fading away. Off the mark, rebound goes to the Blue Devils. Wide open look in the corner for 3, nothing but net for Kelsey Hubbard, his second three-pointer of the game.
Second three-pointer and all 6 points. And that gives the Blue Devils their first lead.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Wes. Gone from trailing by as many as 12 to being up by 2. Still haven't had a tie ball game yet tonight either. A first lead change with a minute gone by here in the third quarter. For the Blue Devils, it's Bedford, Moore, along with Bird. I think Mosley is out there as well. Basket is waved off. They're going to call that on the floor, I believe, on Tevin Mosley. Mosley's going to pick up his second personal one.
Second.
So Bedford, Moore, Mosley, Hudson, and Bird out there. West Memphis coming up with a turnover here, now still fighting for it. And it's going to be the Chicks that come up with it. Phelan gets it ahead to Cook. Cook is going to let the offense reset, and that's a veteran move right there from the senior Bobby Cook.
Exactly. He knew he didn't have numbers. He didn't try to force anything. Reset the offense.
There's a shot from just inside the free throw line by Winston Peace. Peace got his own rebound, and the putback is good. Peace now with 5 points in the ball game, and it looks like, I believe, he got a nosebleed?
Looks like he probably got a...
I got smacked in the face down there trying to put that, put the putback up, if you will. And certainly hope to see him back in the game. Just got to get that cleaned up, and got a tie ball game now, 28-28. Starter Winston Peace off the floor. Checking in for him is Tydarius Pope. And we have a travel?
No, we got
foul away from the ball.
We got a illegal screen on Bedford.
So Bedford picking up his first of the night. Second team foul for West Memphis here in the second half. 5:52 left to play. And
I think we got some blood on the floor, so that someone pointed out to him. And that's like the second or third team control foul by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and not even in the first 3 minutes here in the third quarter. So certainly have to watch that. We've got a couple of guys not necessarily in foul trouble, but they will have to watch themselves. Tevin Mosley, Zachary Bird, and Sidney Stinson, each with 2 fouls apiece. And it does not look that way for the Chickasaws. They've got players, a handful of players with 1 foul, but no more than that. Tie ball game, 28-28. 5:45 left to play in the third. Love with it. Gets it to Phelan on the far side. And there's that trap Wes mentioned moments ago. Extended zone defense being played here from the Blue Devils. Phelan with an open look. Bounce pass from Richardson into Pope. Pope leans against the defender but can't get it to fall. But how about the ball movement?
Nice head fake also to get the Blue Devils in the air. And that's going to be on Mosley. That's going to be his 3rd.
Well, Phelan had a good look from beyond the 3-point line, fed it to Richardson with a touch pass on the baseline. Richardson turned around and gave it to Pope with a really nice bounce delivery. Tony Newmy checking back into the game for the Chicks. Mosley checking back in for the Blue Devils. And Pope
got them both.
Will make them both fall. And Blytheville rather is back on top here by 2. Nice little gather there by Kelsey Hubbard, and Hubbard's got 5 here in the quarter, up to 8 for the game, and it ties it back up.
Nobody picked him up whenever he started his penetration. Nice little 8-foot jump shot there.
Newmy leaves it with Phelan. Phelan trying to drive around the defender Mosley, who's into the game. Devin Mosley. A.J. Love from the right elbow will hold up, pushing off the defender. No foul called. And now it's Devin Mosley coming up with the rebound. Pushes it ahead. 3-point shot on the way. Nothing but net for Kelsey Hubbard, his 3rd of the game. He's now got 8 points in the quarter and 11 here in the game. And a 3-point lead for the Blue Devils will force Coach Mackenzie Pierce to call a timeout. Watch the Blue Devils feed it ahead to a wide open Hubbard in the corner there on the first Delta Bank replay.
That was just a nice all-around play. Good teamwork by the Blue Devils to give them a 3-point lead. And Coach Pierce is not a happy camper over on the Blytheville sidelines with his Chickasaws right now.
Well, it started off the quarter with a West Memphis basket that gave them the lead. It was answered by a Blytheville basket, which tied it up. Blytheville got another basket after that, which put them up. And now we've had 2 straight buckets from West Memphis to tie it up and now put them up by 3. So a literal back and forth affair here in the third quarter with 4:45 left to play. Kelsey Hubbard for the West Memphis Blue Devils, just a junior standing in at 5'11". He has hit 3 3-pointers here in the ball game tonight. 2 of those have happened here in the third quarter, and I believe we've had a uniform change, Wes.
Yes, Austin Peace, number 23 with the blood on his uniform, is now going to be number 20.
That is a number normally worn by Corey Chun. We'll change that up for Winston Peace, who's got 5 points in the ball game tonight. Newmy with it in the front court for the Blue Devils, working off the screen from Pope, and now Phelan at the top of the key. Need to set a screen for Phelan right there and let him get a look from beyond the 3-point line. He hands it off to Love, now back to Newmy with 4:20 left to play here. Chicks trail by 3.
Again, nice patient offense. They know they're not out of it. Only 1 possession down if they shoot a 3-pointer.
Not a lot of movement from the Chickasaws offense here on this possession. Trying to set a screen for Newmy. Newmy has a shot thrown back in his face by Moore. Somehow held on to it, gets it to Richardson. Richardson's shot no good. Pope with the rebound, and he fades away and is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. West Memphis bench wants what is commonly referred to as over the back. Wes knows that's a push from behind, but they're not going to get the call there on the Chickasaws. Instead, Blytheville will be at the free throw line, and Pope, who is 2 for 2 with 4 points in the game tonight, second trip here in this quarter. Misses that one. Just heard one of the Blue Devils on the bench here say the ball don't lie. That's true, often true here in basketball. Pope's second one will fall, and that'll bring them to within 2. Still trailing 33-31. West Memphis leads, 3:45 to play. Devin Mosley with it on the elbow will leave it with Bedford, and Bedford now for Moore. They're going to send Moore in and try to get a look on the inside. He's pushed by Richardson. No foul call.
Richardson got away with the big foul there.
Little shot in front of the rim, no good. Phelan comes down with a rebound, and Phelan's going to bring it up the court. One of the few times we've seen him do that tonight. He wants to step up, and I'd have thought about a three there. We know he likes to launch them from downtown. Numi gives it to Love. 3:15 left to play. Trying to find Richardson. Richardson's got position on Moore, but Pope wants to drive instead. Throws it hard off the glass, but it's a miss. Devin Mosley coming down with the rebound. 2-on-3, leaves it in the corner. 3-point look for Hubbard. Hubbard, nothing but net, corner pocket. He is on fire here in the third quarter. 11 points, 3 3-pointers, his 4th of the game.
4 for 4 from 3-point land.
They lead by 1 here, and a foul underneath the basket.
That's going to be on Bird, his 3rd.
Take another look, and how about the ball fake from Devin Mosley? Mosley looks like he's going to split the defenders and then dishes it off to Hubbard, who just nails that corner pocket 3. As A.J. Love is on the other end here for the Chickasaws, shooting a free throws. You take a look at that foul. I believe the foul is called on Zachary Bird, and that'll be his 3rd tonight, Wes, as Love misses his first free throw of the night. He's stuck with 2 points in the scorebooks right now.
Stinson's going to come back in to replace him.
And Winston Peace checking back into the game. We're leaving Tydarius Pope, so it's Phelan, Numi, Love, Richardson, and Peace. For West Memphis, it's Stinson, Hubbard, Moore, Bird, and I believe Devin Mosley out there as well, big number 41. Moore's going to come up with a rebound off the missed free throw from A.J. Love. He went 0 for 2 on that trip, 0 for 2 in the game, and that's not what Blytheville needs if they want to stay in this one, trailing by 4.
That's what we talked about at halftime. Their miscues at the free throw line. They were hot everywhere else, but now looks like West Memphis is going to try to sit on the ball a little bit, and there's going to be a foul on Richardson. That's going to be his 2nd foul.
Just the first team foul on the Chicks here in the second half, so still playing very disciplined basketball. 2:19 left to play. Moore to inbound it to Mosley, gets it to Stinson, and they'll set up their offense. Looking for another 3 for Hubbard in the corner. They're going to get a 3-pointer from Stinson. Stinson a bit too short on that. Had a good arch to it, though. Phelan comes down with a rebound. He's guarded by Hubbard. Leaves it with Numi. Numi steps into the 3-pointer at the top of the key, and Numi, with confidence, nails his 2nd 3-pointer of the game.
Nobody came out to guard him.
Oh, and how about that attempted dunk from Chris Moore? Didn't quite slam it home like he wanted to, but still got the lay-in.
He got close.
His first points here in the second half, 12 on the ball game. Extends the lead back up to 4 for West Memphis. Phelan feeds it inside to Richardson. Richardson with a lean into Moore, and Moore's going to pick up his 2nd personal foul of the night off the block. Take another look at his 3rd personal foul. We take another look at that near dunk there from Moore. He got up and got to the rim, just didn't quite get enough.
Just didn't get
up enough
in there, yeah.
Phelan looking to inbound it. He's running out of time here. Got to get it to somebody. Gets it into Peace. Peace to Richardson via bounce pass. Spin move, no good. 2nd shot, no good. Long rebound now for Numi. Here comes Hubbard out to guard him. 1:23 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Good rebounding that time from the Chicks, and they need it, trailing by 4.
Yes. Now they're trying to set the ball back up again, work their offense.
Austin Phelan has not taken a single shot here in the 3rd quarter.
Look where he's at. He's all the way over there on the K of Chickasaws.
Bounce pass into Peace. Peace going up against the taller man and had it knocked out of his hands. Somehow Love comes down with it. Phelan thought about the open look for 3. Defense closed out quickly, though. Here's Numi working against Mosley. Fancy handles there from Numi. Shot no good, and an offensive rebound and put back from A.J. Love. Finally, the Chicks draw within 2 again. They got plenty of looks at it.
Now, yeah, exactly. Nice job of crashing the boards. There's no block out right there at all. There's a turnover by the Blue Devils.
And a chance for the Chickasaws to tie it up or take the lead again. And there you saw Numi just absolutely shake the shoes off of Devin Mosley. He had him going right. And he needed to go left there. 32 seconds left to play here, and again, the Chickasaws with a chance to tie it or take the lead. Might hold on to it for the last look here in the third quarter. Newmy, Phelan, Peace, Love, and Richardson out on the court for the Chickasaws. 24 seconds remaining. Hubbard, Stinson, Moore, Bird, and Devin Mosley out on the floor for West Memphis. 15 seconds left. Coach Mackenzie Pierce waiting. He gives them the go signal now.
I'll say if you're West Memphis, just back, go back.
Richardson will get called for a charge, and West Memphis has been wanting that all game long. They have been arguing for that call. Richardson backing into the defender, and that time they got him for going a little bit too aggressively. It's his third personal, and so Tydarius Pope will check back in, and also checking into the game for just the second time tonight's Trey Jamison. Jamison will send Phelan to the bench, as Wes just said, with 5 seconds left. Here comes the Blue Devils. Three-pointer from Mosley. Off the mark. And we'll head to the fourth quarter, folks. A barn burner in process here in Chickasaw Gym. Quite a ball game on our hands. 38-36 Chickasaws. And West Memphis going to the fourth quarter. Next on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Andy Maness and Wes Cisco back here with you at Chickasaw Gym, where we've got a tight ball game on our hands here as we head to the fourth quarter. 38-36 is your score. You should take a look at the Chickasaw bench. Coach Mackenzie Pierce giving his team some instruction here as we get set to start the fourth quarter, trailing by just 2. Quite a ball game that we had there in the third. It was a 1-point ball game going into the locker room at halftime. West Memphis took 2 leads there in the third quarter. Blytheville was able to tie it up and take the lead once, but West Memphis outscoring them 13-10 in that third quarter, and that's why they've got a 2-point lead. Kelsey Hubbard stepping up big time in that third quarter, had 11 points. He's got 14 for the ball game, and Wes, I think I heard you mention he was 4 for 4 from beyond the 3-point line.
4 for 4 and just stroking them.
Blue Devils will start the fourth quarter with possession. And they are content to be patient here to set up their first look here in the fourth. Stinson will work it around to Hubbard, and they'll work it around to the far side for Bird. Also in the game is Chris Moore, of course, the freshman we've talked about all night long. Devin Mosley out there as well. Loose ball. Blue Devils come up with it. Foul called on the floor.
No, it's actually going to be on the shot.
Oh, well, Zachary Bird taking that up. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's going to be on Winston Peace, his first.
You're right. That was on the shot there. So Bird to the free throw line for just the first time tonight. Scoreless so far tonight, trying to put his name in our scorebook and put his team up by 3 here on this one. We'll have to do it on the next one as he's off the mark. And that should actually be the second personal foul on Winston Peace. I don't know if they maybe adjusted that or didn't adjust it when he changed his number. Bird will get his second one to fall, 1 for 2. And it's a 3-point lead for West Memphis. They steal the inbound pass. No, Love comes up with it for the Chickasaws. They push it ahead now.
I thought they had stolen it also.
Somehow Love came up with it. He'll gather from just inside the 3-point line. Shot's no good. Putback is no good. And Love will get another rebound and another look at it. And that won't fall either, but I think he might go to the free throw line now. Richardson working all night in the paint with those offensive rebounds. Could not get his look to fall. And now he's grabbing his wrist like he might have a jammed finger. I think Tydarius Pope is going to check in for him after this A.J. Love free throw. And he is. 5 points now for A.J. Love as Richardson comes to the sideline, and Pope will take his place between Moore and Bird. Chance to make it a 1-point ball game here from A.J. Love, and he does. 39-38. A minute gone by. They're going to come out and meet him at half court. Phelan guarding Bird. Now to Devin Mosley in the corner. They gave him some space. Mosley, who shot a couple of threes tonight. He's going to think about this one just inside the three-point line. Tried to kiss that one off the glass. Had a good look over the shorter man, but couldn't get it to fall. Now Blytheville into the front court.
He thought about it too much, Andy.
I think he did. He hesitated a bit too much like you saw Bobby Cook just do there. He put up a shot. Stinson comes down with the rebound, and now he's called for an offensive foul. Cook hesitated on his jump shot. Rebound goes to West Memphis, and a foul called on, was that Zachary Bird they called that on?
That was on Stinson,
his third.
Another three-point shot by Peace.
Winston Peace with his first three-pointer of the game, gives him 8 tonight.
And the Chicks have come back up by 2 again, Andy.
Trailed by 1, they led by as many as 12. Now, as Wes said, they lead this one 41-39 with 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter, nearing the 6-minute mark. Bird with a nice, tried to look the other way with his eyes and feed it inside instead, and it's stolen away by the Chickasaws. Phelan comes up with it into the front court. Hubbard's going to come out to guard him.
And again, setting up the offense, running some clock. They got the 2-point lead.
And they are not running nearly as many fast break attempts as we've seen Blytheville do in past. I'm extremely impressed with how the Chicks have handled themselves tonight against a very, very tough opponent in West Memphis. Blue Devils came in tonight 16-3, 10-1 in conference play, trying to get a loose ball now, and they come up with it. Again, their only loss has been to Jonesboro. They're trying to avoid losing one on Blytheville's home court tonight. And how about that drive from Stinson, gathering at the free throw line, but it's going to be a charge.
Foul.
Stinson with the great gather. Take another look at the replay. Got 2 steps in, but how about Austin Phelan? Phelan standing in there with his feet firmly planted. And that'll be number 4 on Sidney Stinson. Devin Mosley will check out. Stinson's still in the game, but checking in is Curtis Washington. He's got 2 points tonight for the Blue Devils.
And you look at that, you think about the college and pro game where they had the arc, that would have been a blocking foul. But he was set all night long.
How about Kelsey Hubbard picking the pocket of the Chickasaws and taking that one coast to coast?
Good job on that.
Hubbard now with 16 points. I don't even know how he came up with that ball. That was some David Blaine magic right there. Ties it up at 41.
Exactly.
Three-pointer from Phelan, hasn't taken one since the second quarter. That one off the mark. Long rebound goes to the Blue Devils. How about that look from Bird? Now touch pass underneath the bucket, and a foul will be called on the Chickasaws. Great head fake and great ball movement. Curtis Washington headed to the free throw line.
And that's going to be on Winston Peace, and that's going to be his second.
Feel like you got to give an obligatory assist there to Kelsey Hubbard for being unselfish, not taking that one up for himself and feeding it off to Washington, who had the better look. Washington will miss his first free throw, however, and the score will remain tied.
This is interesting. The Blue Devils are sending 4 back. They're not going to crash the board.
And Wes, I missed who that last foul was called on.
Winston Peace.
So Peace, I believe, picking up his third. And Washington,
free throws are killing everybody.
That's what I was about to say. Washington missing this free throw. Have not seen very good free throw shooting here tonight. Tied up at 41. 4:23 left to play here in the ball game. Appreciate you joining us tonight on Tubetown. It has been an exciting one to be a part of.
Blytheville right now is 9 out of 17 from the line. West Memphis 4 for 11.
Cook leaves it with Richardson. No look pass to Love. Now to Phelan. He's double teamed beyond the line. Wide open look for Cook. He's going to drive baseline. Trying to work something the other way. Swing pass now for Love. Love will drive. Can't finish with his left hand. Rebound goes to the Blue Devils. A chance to take the lead here. Washington will wait on the rest of the Blue Devils to set up their offense. Here's Hubbard trying to look down low for Moore, and Richardson is going to be very frustrated down there as he picks up his 4th foul. He was probably pretty close to picking up a tech as he was frustrated with himself, though. I think not with the foul. And there you see he's tied up with Moore. And you see our referee, James Bickham, looking down at the tantrum Richardson was throwing there. Very surprised he didn't get called for a tech. Lucky he didn't with 3:47 left to play here.
Exactly, very lucky.
And in a tie ball game, that is not what Coach Mackenzie Pierce wants to see. Pulls him out with 4 fouls. We'll send in Tidarius Pope to guard the freshman 6'5" Chris Moore. Moore double teamed and he's fouled. Moore was leaning back to get that ball and he was cushioned by 2 defenders. I'm not sure who they'll call that on. It's either going to be on Love or it's on A.J. Love picking up his.
Tidarius Pope.
Oh, excuse me, Tidarius Pope picking up his 2nd. You said it twice and I still said A.J. Love. Trying to give him a foul he doesn't deserve there. Inbound goes to Stinson, now to Washington. Now Bird will let the offense run its course here as they work it back around to the near side. Trying to look inside to get more, but A.J. Love's playing great defense, and you can't lob it over the head of A.J. Love because he's got just as much size as Moore does.
Exactly. And one thing, you weren't here earlier when we had Blytheville. Jonesboro got Richardson in some trouble as well on foul trouble, and he ended up fouling out. Once you get in his head, he's out of the game, and that's what happened right then.
Moore scores his 14th point of the game. West Memphis takes their 3rd lead of the ball game, and Coach Mackenzie Pierce wants a timeout. We're going to take one with him with 3:23 left to play in the ball game. Folks, don't touch that dial because this one's getting interesting here in Blytheville. 43-41. We're back after this. To 43, and the Blue Devils have come alive here in the, well, ever since that 2nd quarter, Wes.
Yeah, and join us Tuesday night. We're going to have another great matchup. The Mark III Indians are going to the MAC to take on the Mustangs of Buffalo Island Central. 7 o'clock, exclusively on Tubetown.
Right, should be a good news. We take another look at the last couple of replays we had there. You saw, as Wes mentioned before that break, Richardson kind of showing some frustration there. He's taken out of the ball game. Here's the last foul we saw against Chris Moore, and then Moore gets the feed in here over the head of A.J. Love. Love let Moore get between himself and the basket, and it's hard to lob it over Love, but they managed to do it, and Moore managed to score that bucket, putting West Memphis back up by 2. Again, their 3rd lead of the ball game. And Pope fed that one. Pope fed that one off to Peace, who had a great look, uncontested to the left side of the bucket, but a foul called instead, and that'll send Pope to the line for a 1-and-1.
Curtis Washington picked up the foul.
His 1st of the night, I believe. And Pope at the free throw line with 5 points, all of those points coming in the 3rd quarter. Chance to tie it up for the 4th time tonight. And he's not going to be able to do it. 2nd one along the way. Have to settle for a 1-point deficit here if he can knock this down. Gets the friendly roll and 6 points for Pope. Pulls the Chicks to within 1, 43-42. West Memphis leading with 3:04 to play.
And I saw Stinson tell him, say, spread it out, spread it out. So I think West Memphis is going to try to work some clock and see what they can get on the inside.
Stinson, Washington, Hubbard, Bird, and Moore on the floor for the Blue Devils. And we're going to get a foul as Hubbard drove to the basket from the left side, and the foul will go against Tony Newmy, his first personal, and that is the 17th foul on the Chicks. So that's going to put the Blue Devils at the free throw line from here on out. Hubbard at the line for the first time tonight for a 1-and-1.
Trying to extend that lead.
He's got 16 points in the ball game. Can't hit the front end of the 1-and-1. Offensive rebound, pump fake, and a good layup from Zachary Bird, who's now got 3 points here in the fourth.
And that was no block out. That's the only reason West Memphis got that ball is nobody from Blytheville blocked out.
Trying to look for something beyond the three-point line, trying to swing it around quickly enough. Phelan to Newmy. Love to Newmy, steps up to the three-point line, and Newmy felt that one as soon as he let it go. Tony Newmy with his third three-pointer of the night. 10 points into double digits for Tony Newmy. He tied it up with 2:05 left to play. Things are about to pick up here in Chickasaw Gym.
Strap your seatbelts in, folks. We got a good one.
Washington works it around to Stinson. Stinson, and a foul called away from the basketball. I think that's going to go against A.J. Love.
A.J. Love, and that's going to be his first.
And that's definitely a benefit as we take a look at that sweet stroke that time from Tony Newmy. Love with a benefit here, guarding Moore. That's only his first personal foul, Wes, so he can guard him pretty aggressively with only 1:54 left to play here in the fourth.
Yeah, Coach Pierce has taken him out and put Richardson back in with his 4 fouls.
Taking Pope out, that is, as Moore's at the free throw line with 2 on the way. Excuse me, it's the front end of a 1-and-1 actually. It's off the mark, offensive rebound no good, and with the defender with his hands all over the back of Zachary Bird. That will put Bird back at the free throw line where he is 1 for 2.
That one's going to be on Peace as well.
And I've got Peace with 4 fouls in my book, Wes. I know that he had to change his number.
I've only got him as 3, so I don't know.
And Bird's going to have to tuck in his jersey there.
It's going to be a 1-and-1.
He's off the mark. Second look at a 1-and-1 that the Blue Devils have had in a row, and they didn't get either one of them. So we are tied up with a $1:45 left to play in the ball game, folks.
We're at a tie ball game, and both these teams have shot themselves in the foot by missing free throws.
Phelan thought about a 3 there, almost stepped into it, and Love will commit a costly turnover right in front of his own bench. They were trying to swing it around. I think they've been looking for something beyond the three-point line and just threw it out of bounds that time. Now time is running out here in the fourth quarter, 1:24. Something's got to give, and West Memphis, honestly, Wes, they have an option to hold on to the basketball if they can work it around for a last shot here.
Yeah, exactly. Timeouts, West Memphis has 4. Blytheville has 2 arrow points to the Chickasaws.
Stinson trying to drive around the defender, and Peace is going to pick up his 4th personal foul. Peace bumped his man just a little bit as he tried to drive around him. And that will put them at the free throw line with 1:05 remaining. Sidney Stinson, who came off the bench tonight, he scored 4 points, all of those coming in the second quarter. He'll miss his first free throw. Still tied at 45. We've had 4 tie ball games tonight other than 0-0 at the start, and we've had 5 lead changes by my count. Could have our 6th right here. No, offensive rebound and a big foul.
Push in the back.
Big foul on Peace as I think that was Zachary Bird who skied up to get that rebound. You've got to block out if you're Blytheville.
Yeah, that was a timeout by West Memphis here. Let's see if it's going to be a 4 or 30.
And Peace, if I'm not mistaken, just fouled out.
It was on A.J. Love.
So Love picking up his 2nd. And Chicks catching a little bit of break there. One of their starters will not be headed to the bench. But how about the Blue Devils? How many looks have they had here in the last few moments to take the lead?
Not only that, 4 for 16 at the free throw line. 4 for 16, 25%.
This is a team that they beat by 10 on their home court over in West Memphis, not too far down the road from here in Blytheville.
There's you see that three there by Mooney.
And that one, I believe it, that one tied them up if I'm not mistaken. But again, a lot of fouls being committed here by Blytheville in the last few minutes, and that's because they can't seem to get a defensive rebound to save their lives, or to save this game for that matter. Just heard one of the fans here along media row, if you will, scream, block out, block out. It's something they did not do the last 2 free throw attempts, and that's why Zachary Bird is there now. He's 1 for 3, but he's gonna get 2 looks at it this time. First one falls, and we've got our 6th lead change of the game. West Memphis goes up by 1. Second one on the way. 1-point ball game. Love gets the rebound for the Chickasaws. 1:04 left to play. Tony Numi slow things up, and they have the option here, Wes, to hold it for the last shot and just go for the win.
Like I said, they also had the arrows, so if something happens, there's a tie ball. Oh!
They tried to feed it to Phelan. Here comes Bird. Bird with the finger roll finish. Can't finish. And Washington on the rebound will have it swatted out from behind by Austin Phelan. Good defense by Austin Phelan, because I think they had a wide open look at a bucket. 43.5 seconds remaining, and a hard foul by Winston Peace at the timeline, just going for the ball. And Peace will have a seat here as we take a look at the long inbound. Peace was just going for it.
He did not seem whatsoever.
Ran into Curtis Washington, so Peace will check out. And Tydarius Pope will check back in. And Curtis Washington's at the free throw line the 2nd time tonight, but good news for Blytheville as he's 0 for 2. Second one, or excuse me, the first look rather, for Curtis Washington on this trip will fall. He's got 3 points in the ball game, makes it a 2-point game for West Memphis, 47-45. Pressure is going to be put on Blytheville if he makes this one, because they'll have to knock down a 3. Have to try to find a look from Tony Numi or Austin Phelan. And another foul. This one's going to go on Richardson. And I think Richardson just fouled out.
I've got him as 5.
And he did, as you saw right there, he hooked the arm of Zachary Bird. And I think down the stretch, Wes, I think you can credit Zachary Bird with one of the key reasons why West Memphis is in position for a victory right now. How many rebounds has he got off of free throws here in this quarter in the last minute?
Oh no, he's been to the line 5 times, so you know it's had at least 3.
He is 2 for 6, make that 3 for 7. Excuse me, make that 3 for 6 rather. Shooting 50%, but a 3-point ball game, and it'll stay at 3 points, and Blytheville gets it to Austin Phelan, and that's the man they want with the ball, I think. He or Tony Numi, and we get a timeout on the floor with 37.9 seconds remaining. 48-45 is the score. The West Memphis Blue Devils leading the Blytheville Chickasaws here on Tubetown.
We are more than daily transactions. We are more than checks and debit cards. We are more than farmland. For the people of Poinsett County, we are more than just a bank. At First Delta Bank, we see the world through the eyes of our customers, because we know that our customers are our most valuable investment. We are proud of who we are and want to earn your banking business. We are First Delta Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We got a final score of one of our teams that we will be seeing on Tuesday night as the Marktree Indians defeat the Bay Yellow Jackets by 13 tonight, 54-41.
Wow, a close one there against the Bay Yellow Jackets. So that'll be a a really fun game to look forward to on Tuesday night. It's going to be Curtis Washington at the free throw line, I believe. No, excuse me. I beg your pardon. I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't know what I was thinking there, but you're right. It is out of bounds. Austin Phelan with it in the front court for Blytheville. 37 seconds remaining. Chicks trail by 3, looking for a screen for Tony Newmy. Now Love will roll. Now with it on the far side is Bobby Cook.
They're looking for a three-point shot now, and West Memphis has extended out even further.
Tony Newmy trying to cross over. Here's A.J. Love, deep three-pointer, short. West Memphis comes up with a rebound. 13 seconds left. Wide open look for Hubbard. Hubbard kisses it off the glass. 8 seconds remaining. And Coach Pierce wants a timeout. And I believe, again, 8 seconds remaining on the clock. 50-45 is your score. And that last bucket by Kelsey Hubbard should be the nail in the coffin. Barring a miracle here from the Chickasaws, trailing by 5. I mean, they only need feasibly a three-pointer, a two-pointer with the way that the Chickasaw, or excuse me, really everybody, the way that everybody's been shooting free throws tonight, you wouldn't be too far off thinking they could get a quick basket and foul.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would do if you try to do it. If you got to get down there fast. You do not have to have a three-pointer right off the top. If they're going to give you a two-point, go ahead and take your two-point shot. And if you don't steal, you have to foul immediately. But if it's under 5 seconds, that is the okay. Blytheville has one timeout left, so they can call a timeout remaining. I thought that timeout was charged to Blytheville, but apparently it was charged to West Memphis. So they have one timeout remaining, so they can call the timeout then.
Not putting any extra time back on the clock. I thought the timeout was called with about 8 seconds left, but instead it'll sit at 6.5. So Phelan has got to get it in quickly. Here comes the full court press from the Blue Devils. 2 seconds left. No time left, and the Blue Devils, who trailed by as many as 12 points in the first quarter, have come from behind to defeat the Blytheville Chickasaws on their home court by 5. 50-45 is your final score. We'll take a look at some final statistics when we return to Chickasaw Gym after this.
We are more than daily transactions. We are more than checks and debit cards. We are more than farmland. For the people of Poinsett County, we are more than just a bank. At First Delta Bank, we see the world through the eyes of our customers because we know that our customers are our most valuable investment. We are proud of who we are and want to earn your banking business. We are First Delta Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
No matter what kind of business you own or operate, you need to keep it connected. Ritter Communications delivers the fastest business internet speeds available at a price that won't slow you down. Ritter offers reliable 24-hour service with network monitoring, along with the scalable options your business needs to grow. And we do it all on our own fiber optic network. The choice is yours, and so is the savings. Connect to something better. Call or visit ritterbusiness.com today.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm home alone. Someone is trying to get in the back door.
Find a safe place like in a closet or under a bed, okay?
Okay.
Be very quiet and don't worry. Your home phone gave me your location.
Hurry.
Help is on the way.
Only a dedicated home phone can quickly pinpoint your address for emergency personnel. Cell phones can't. Keep your loved ones safe for less than 60 cents a day with a home phone from Ritter. Call today or go to rittercommunications.com.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 50 megabit internet might be like 50 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Technology was supposed to make our lives easier. No one told us about the plethora of glitches, viruses, hackers, hundreds of passwords to remember, and getting all our tech to sync up. Introducing Tech Home. Technology made easy for you and your devices. Tech Home makes it easy to set up, protect, and enjoy your internet-connected devices anytime, anywhere. Security, password management, backup, and premium tech support. Get back in charge of your digital life now with Tech Home.
High-speed internet for every grown-up, grandparent, kid, teen, and in between. Ritter's got it. Every JPEG, MPEG, and GIF for the working mom or the working stiff, loaded in a GIF. Whether you're a blogger, gamer, or pixel tamer, don't be a slow-speed blamer. Don't waste your time waiting to load that page. Get Ritter high-speed internet. It's all the rage.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 50 meg internet speeds, only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Welcome you back to Chickasaw Gym, where tonight's final score between West Memphis and the Blytheville Chickasaws, 50-45. The West Memphis Blue Devils coming into enemy territory tonight and down by as many as 12 points in the first quarter. Overcome 6 lead changes, 4 tie ball games, and pull this one out tonight by 5 points. Andy Maness and Wes Cisco back here with you. Wes, this was a back and forth ball game really after that first quarter.
Yeah, great ball game after that first quarter. The Blue Devil defense shut down Austin Phelan, who went 3 for 3 from behind the three-point arc in the first quarter and did not hit another three-pointer for the rest of the ball game. Did an outstanding job on the senior guard. But Blytheville kept chipping away on it. They had a good game plan. They just didn't have enough there at the end to pull off the victory.
That's right, and as you see our stats here on the screen, the Blue Devils gave them every opportunity not only to stay in this game, but to win it as well, going 7 for 22 from the charity stripe tonight. Meanwhile, the Chickasaws not faring too much better, almost right at 50%, as you see 10 for 19 there. Did turn the ball over 11 times tonight. Very, very difficult scoring night for them as they tried to feed it into the paint once that zone you mentioned started being extended. As you mentioned, they shut down Austin Phelan and any 3 points that the Chicks were trying to get from downtown, and I think that's where a lot of turnovers came from, trying to feed them down low.
Yeah, trying to down low, and it was all all going in there, not very good passes, but you also got to credit the Blue Devil defense. They had a couple of picks that led up to easy layups also, especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they absolutely telegraphed a few passes, mainly that last one scored by Kelsey Hubbard that was kind of the dagger that put it away. And speaking of Kelsey Hubbard, a big reason the Blue Devils were able to come from behind and win tonight as he started scoring there in that second quarter. Boy, that third quarter hit, he did not stop. He had 14 points by the end of the third quarter, 11 of those in the third quarter alone. He finishes tonight with 18 and is without a doubt our first Delta Bank player of the game. Chris Moore, the freshman phenom for the Blue Devils, standing in at 6'5", finishes with 14 points on the night. 5 from Tevin Mosley, 4 from Sidney Stinson, Curtis Washington, Tevin Mosley, and Caven Page contributing some points in the scorebook as well. Looking at scoring for the Blytheville Chickasaws, they were led by Tony Newmy. Little scoring outburst for him in the third and fourth quarter. He had 10 points. Austin Phelan did finish with 9, as Wes mentioned, scoreless in that second half. Winston Peace finishes with 8. A.J. Love with 6. Tidarius Pope and Bobby Cook with 4 apiece. Josh Richardson and Trey Jamison also scoring 4 points between the two of them. So again, Blytheville falls by a final score of 50-45. Wes, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
You were talking about Hubbard. He did not miss a field goal. He was 3 for 3 from 2-point range, 4 for 4 from behind the arc. Did not miss a field goal in his 18 points. And don't forget, folks, to join us Tuesday night. We're back at the MAC as the Mark Tree Indians come into enemy territory to face the Mustangs of Buffalo Island Central, 7 o'clock.
That's right. It should be a pretty fun one to be a part of. And if you have enjoyed tonight's exciting coverage of high school basketball here on Tubetown, you want to be a part of it, hey, just shoot us a line over at tubetown@rittermail.com. You can see your business right here on one of these broadcasts, and all of the replays that we broadcast as well. Your name and your business name is going to be plugged several times here on Tubetown, and we'd love to have you come join our team. Again, the final score tonight, 50-45. Coach Larry Bray and the West Memphis Blue Devils coming to Blytheville and get a win in enemy territory. The Blue Devils will head to Greene County Tech. The Blue Devils will stay at home and face Jonesboro for their next game, so that should be an exciting one. And Blytheville will hit the road, and they'll head to Paragould and face the Greene County Tech Golden Eagles. Again, the final score, 50-45. West Memphis gets a win against Blytheville. We'll see you on Tuesday night. For West Cisco, I'm Andy Maness saying so long